Hey, what's up? Gangs. So, some of my friends told me this is really a good story game. To be honest, I see PewDiePie stream this game back in the years ago, or I don't know what year this game come. Maybe it's really good. So I heard a lot about Monica things. So I think the Monica is the girl with the long hair, hair. The girl in front of on this picture and my thumbnail. So let's just get started, shall we? New game. Please enter your name. Oh, aduh. Oh, RW. Hey, should I should I dub this? Hey, I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she is totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'll never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out. It's kind of work out because you've known each other for so long. To be honest, I just wanna learn speaking English with this game because this is story game, so I think it might be a lot of text on English for sure. We used to walk to school together on a day like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. Why? However, I just sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Hey, you say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. She's kinda cute too. That's me and where? I'm a boy, right? Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we are a couple or something. Fine. I'm so mean. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have. And then. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean, even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. We cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided on the club to join yet? A club? I told you already I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sure, Sayuri likes to worry a little bit too much. When I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Oh, I was talking about how I'm worried about you. You won't learn how to socialize or have any skill before college. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're really happy now, but I would rather die at the thought of you becoming a NEET. What is NEET? In a few years because you are not used to the real world. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Right. I'll get a few clubs, even make you happy. I promise though. Will you at least promise me you will try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by this such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. The school days is as ordinary as ever, and it is over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello, Sayori. Sayori must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you are even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sorry. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Eek. Mini. Sari is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she's only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be an even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kinda told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Hehehe. Don't make promise you can keep. I can't tell if Sayori really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning as to have planned all of this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yeah, let's go. And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayuri across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Hold a second. I glanced around the room. Ooh, she's hot. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayuri always says nice to seriously, you bad boy. Way to kill the atmosphere. Ooh, sheesh. Oh, this one is Monica for sure. Oh, wait. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girl. Where look at? If you wanna do that, sorry. Natsuki. Oh, the little girl is Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes according to Sayuri. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayuri says that quietly into my ears, then turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Oh, Yuri's. Don't say anything like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayuri and Natsuki. Ah, well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, right? Monica smiled sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels like a little you too, Monica. Come sit down, we made a room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girl have a few desks arranged to form a table. As I already mentioned, it's been widened so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayuri. Natsuki and Yuri walk over the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrap tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayuri. Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Tada! Wah! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. What is this setting? Wait a minute. This music takes speed forward time. What is his story? Oh, this is the script. So if I space out, I can look at this again. I can save. Okay, so I can quit whenever I want. Okay. The whiskers are drawn with icing and a little piece of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Heh, only now. Just hurry and take one. Sayuri grabs one first, then Monica I follow. It's delicious. Sayuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcakes around my fingers looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like She's blushing. Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Madam for you or anything? I thought you technically did, Sayuri said. Well, maybe, but not for you, no, you dummy. Alright. I give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns the table, carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? No worry, the teachers gave us permissions. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Hey, don't let yourself get intimidated. You're just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I mean that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least I enjoy the tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and then smiles at me. So, what made you consider this literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayuri. Well, I haven't joined any club yet and Sayuri seemed really happy here, so it's okay, don't be embarrassed. We will make sure you feel right at home, okay? As the president of this literature club, it is my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for the event. I would much rather to take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really agree with that. Lucy also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in this club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard and convince people that you are both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yeah, you will do it then. Hello. Everyone enthusiastically agree. Such different girls all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find this tree. Maybe that's why they were all also so delighted by the idea of the new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So anyway, what kind of thing do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's smile. Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seems so reserved and timid since the moment I walk in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take an advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Ah, I read a horror book once. I desperately grabbed something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you. I guess you could say that, but if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Oh, I thought horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What give you that? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give it back. Fine. Hehe, your captures, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sayori slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Natsuki, you write your own poem? Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometimes? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Not very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the level of writing takes more than just confidence. The true form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki to feel comfortable enough to share hers. Blank, 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 blank. I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in the silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri looks quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of your own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us to all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Torwe? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we are back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind to the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sayori may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision yet. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought... By the way, you all I defenseless against this girl. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Yeah, they're cute and beautiful. Alright, okay, I've decided. Then I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came over cupcakes, I will be super pissed. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone, I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. Wait, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Can I really impress this cluster Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey, wait, since we're already here, don't you want to walk home together? That's right. That's right, Sayori, and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yeah. With that, the two of us depart of the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls, Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. I like the Yuri, he's really cute. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that started with writing poems tonight. It's time to write a poem, pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poems the most. I think I portrayed extraordinary joy, lipstick, passion, tragedy, scars, headphones, entropy, alone. Alone? No, the alone is that one. Cheer, love, heartbeat, kawaii, massacre, proof, have sense, sticky, disarray. I don't know the words. This vivacious, disarray, heaven sent, masquerade. Heartbeat? No. Graveyard? Excitement, strawberry, awesome, boop, vitality, sweet. I want to make Yuri like me, so I think she likes the horror things. Grief. Oh. Most funny, death. Oh, death? Suicide. Port rainbow friend, dazzle, shame, imagination, explode, a tone climax, uncanny. Nibble, kiss, bouncy, dance, intellectual, natural, warm, special, covet, destiny. Yeah. Chocolate, rain, cloud, waterfall, adventure, tears. No. Infallible, romance, despised, chicks, agonizing. Extreme comfort, eternity, essence, secretive, breath, precious, dark. Oh. Starscape, sensation, first skirt, vanilla heart, angular, crimson, raindrops, pain. Ouch. Playground, socks, shopping, ribbon, calm, lazy inside aftermath inferno. What's this? Treasure named Doki Doki. Ooh, Doki Doki is this one. Where one colored landscape is what time divide and unrocket candy vivid melancholy. Clouds puppy dream captivism promise spark empty. Bliss happiness smile universal phone blanket seems sweet. Horror. Fire marshmallow fantastic example silly hope. Peace vibrant disaster. I think you really like me the most. I can wear it. Glad to see you. You didn't run away from us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my words. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, by the way. I hope this isn't too overwhelmed of a commitment to you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slacks. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join any club this year and last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't make us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Well, give the best possible. He helps me with the busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy and distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? Hehehe. You two are really good friends, aren't you? Ooh, she's jealous. I mean, a little jealous. How come you and Warwick can become good friends too? Sayori? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situations she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this. Situation. Hey, don't you worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place, so any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It will make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be trouble. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I will like despite me not reading much. You read, thank you. I will definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but that doesn't mean to be in the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in the book, I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this change. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk about Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. Is that why is this story talk about Yuri? Is it because I pick a lot of things on my poems on Yuri, so the game made the Yuri come to me? But at the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from her reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent to me. More than that, she seemed to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. Mm, mm, mm. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I muttered this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading of a bit of this, so that's the book that you give me, right? Hmm. I want to read it, some of it, well, because she really wants to discuss that book with me. Just curious, how come you have two copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I mean. I just happened to buy two of them. Oh, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I will definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. When it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's about it anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister, but as soon as she does so, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison, and while her life in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationship and her life starts to fall apart. That's kinda dark, isn't it? You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turns come from nowhere. Hahaha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Sorway? No, it's not that. I can definitely enjoy this kind of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. She is so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at the life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goal or their own philosophy that they will believe in. Then suddenly when you thought you related to the protagonist, they are made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Wait a minute. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, well, I guess it's alright then, but I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem when I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange, and please stop me if I start talking too much. That's I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you are passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. Ah, what are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking for what to eat. Uh, Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the books that I had put on my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. That's I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to, it's just something I'm not very used to. That is, I'm reading in company with someone. Oh, I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eyes. I realize that she is not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry. I was just... Yuri, you really apologizing a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean, here's. This should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my books more between the two of them. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closed her own copy once we each lean in a little bit. Our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the pages. Here. Ooh, it's really romantic, to be honest. Here. Ooh. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumbs and forefinger. I do the same with my right arms on the table on the right side of the book. That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumbs after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we are huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kinda distracting me. It's as if I can feel her warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Eh? Just turn the page. Sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glanced over at Yuri's face again, and our eyes met. Oh, she's cute. I don't know how I will be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a little bit longer. It's probably the least I can do since you've been so patient with me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she's finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continue the first chapter in the silence. Even so, turning its pages almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her slide as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like she's afraid she will do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kinda reminiscent of some of your mannerism. I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment, but wait, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait, I didn't mean in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Ah, what are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait for long. Your exhales, spared from finishing her thoughts. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on the top of my thumbs. Alright, I guess I will do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much preference either way. In the case, I will read a little more tonight. It will be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first two chapters in your own time. Alright, I stand up, I make a mental note of where I left in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My reaction, and I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's reading, why don't you find someone to share with? I can wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from spiral notebooks. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in the composition notebook. I can already see Monica pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Of course it's Yuri. Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads the poems, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth but then ends up covering her whole face. Oh, what's wrong? He's going to hate me. Um, you really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Nah, that's. I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot poetry before. Oh, really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poems again. Well, I know that. I just meant Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Thoroughly. Yeah. Okay, this is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up of them. I think the most noticeable things I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matters and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once you refine her train of thought, it is as if her demeanor totally changes. Her streamingly is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed off for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into the writing even simple poems, not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is the most challenging part. It makes me and try the new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club give you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I would love I would love to share my thoughts processed behind it. Yuri smiles grimly, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Goes under the light. I can read it. Goes under the light, my side illuminate beneath the amber glass bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time, the last. I don't. I'm sorry, I have such a terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it likely a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. Eh, that's a relief. Also, I like the poem, even though it's short. It was really descriptive. I wasn't. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I want to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Woohoo! Actually, the story isn't about the ghost after all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all, but remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their works. They usually do more than a simple story of a pen of a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her past, remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot of solemn putting in the way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Eh, it's nothing really. Yours was impressive too, so. Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, fucking course. Ah, you know, I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end, I enjoy it. I'm going to keep my best for you, Erwe. Ah, me too. Let's hear the Monica. Hi, Erwe. Having a good time so far? Yeah, good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you are new and everything, if you ever have any suggestion for the clubs, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring this up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I will be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share poems with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I guess I have to. Ah, don't worry, by the way. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's the sort of barrier that we all learn together to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, by the way. I was going in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimate you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectation low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. Ah, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that you really likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using a simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when the readers are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuance. I can take years of practice. It can take of years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own things. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I will end up trying different things a lot. It would take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I would love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find a new kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased toward their own kind of styles, but I will always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, Do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel the way. I see. Well, let's read it then. Holy wall, I couldn't have been me. Nosy neighbor, an angry boyfriend, I will never know. I wasn't home, I peered inside for a clue. No, I can see I real blind like a film, but it's late my already it was too deep. The hell. Stretching forever into everything whole different choice. I realized now that I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. The hell. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that is what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. This is a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a little bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you are writing a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you will never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it later. Another way to think about it is this: if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you will just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Sayori. This is a good poem, right? Are you sure you got my first time? Of course. Of course. Is that okay? It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? Hey, I guess you're right. But it was me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously or that you wouldn't write. Oh no, I'm really sorry. I don't write one. I just reminds me how you really look part of that. No. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing here and over there. Well, of course, I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I will break my promise. See, it's like I said before, way. Deep down, you're not selfish at all. Trying new things like full of people. The same thing as you will. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure you have a lot of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Ah! No, you well, see about that. We will see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of the bed, making me rub the sleepy of my eyes from my eyes. What is that? Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to whisk away a rainy day? I look above. The sky is blue, it's a secret, but I trust you. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I won't breakfast. What the fuck? This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it on it. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still try my best. Ah yeah, I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late for school? It's better to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hehehe. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. By the way, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go fucking home. What? Harsh. What you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put an effort. We all start somewhere, right? If you are still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I would like to read it. Painfully to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I will tell you what to improve, but you better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to each their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkey can climb, cricket can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's all about it. What the fuck? Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like this. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in the high school thinks that writing has to be all suspicious and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of the poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't be make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's ready to eat, but it hits you hard. Like in the poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about the simple writing tips is wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on the purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Did I understand what did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they are just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I end up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandems, I watch each of their expression changes. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What was this language? Eh? Did you say something? It's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh, you mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. Hump. If I was looking for a suggestion, I would have asked someone who actually liked it, which people did by the way. Sayuri liked it, and Werwer did too. So based on that, I gladly give you some suggestion of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And well, like my poems too, you know. Natsuki suddenly stand up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that you are appreciates and they all after me. And how do you know that he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? Oh, no. I was full of my heart. I will deliberately go out and of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Oh, guys, is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grow. As I bigger as soon as Waro started showing up. The fuck? Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... That doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they would just notice I was standing here. Wait, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true, she started. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate it, the simple writing is more effectively than if this wouldn't happen in the first place. What's the point of making one upon no? There's meaning should jump out if the reader not force them to have to figure it you out. Help me explain that to her, Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way can convey complex feeling and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, but it's also a waste. You understand that way? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I'm agree with, they will probably think more highly of me. I was Sayori, of course. Natsuki glares at me, drying up any words I had in my mouth. So instead, I turned to Yuri, but Yuri's expression is so defenseless that I can't bring myself into say anything to her. Sayori! Yeah. Yeah. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you are making your friends like this? Wait. Well, there's no problem. This is Bible. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Yuri wants to tell Yuri what to talk about George is being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to your fucking self? This is actually why nobody likes. Stop! Natsuki.
Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki poems, they are amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words, and your responses are just amazing because they paint beautifully well. Everyone's so talented, so why are we fighting?
Because. Oh, well.
Also, Natsuki is cute and prosthetic rocket. and your response and your response are the same as the house here. Became,
What the fuck?
became beautiful.
Uh, uh, Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monica stands behind her with her bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, straight staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president. I whisper to Monica. She nods in return. To be honest, I might come off as a good leader and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. Let's make two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I could get the chance to talk to her a little more. Okay, everyone, it's just about the time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems?
It was really fun.
Well, I'd say it was worth it. I was alright, well, mostly. How about how about you? Yeah, I would say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. Okay, so we will do the same thing tomorrow, and maybe you'll learn something from your friends too, so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kind of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I know to myself with newfound determination.
What about ready to welcome?
Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. I can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki, does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've ever seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, don't you?
No, I don't hate them. I just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why they would make a good friend with you.
You know what? It's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's
Eh, every day is going to be so much fun.
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to this kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really needs to stop there? Well, just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, let's do this. Disaster. Childhood is really this one graveyard horror. Last. Ooh. Cage. Ooh. Masak. Ooh. Climax kawaii. Sheer loud skirt. I don't know what it is. Friend vibrant facial hair unstable. Sensation. Sensation. Oh, I really make this Yuri likes me a lot. Death. Oh, death. Misfortune. Oh. Jump enable dark. Oh. Joy, jam, external wrath, depression. Oh. Silly rainbow, then heart with time, journification, pleasure, despise, grief. What the fuck? Enemy sound, suicide, tragedy. Oh. Oh. Another day days passes. It's time for the club meeting already. So guys, I guess I'll end up here. Yeah, it's really long reading. I like because I want to make my English better, since English not my mother language. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. See you next time, gangs. Goodbye.